MaryCatherine, or Kathy Burgess, and though I have lived most of each year in Edinburgh, Scotland, in the United Kingdom since 2001, I am from Iowa, and I also claim Omaha, Nebraska, USA as my other home. Today, however, I'm joining with my dear friend Suzanne to share with you some of what has connected me to the Charter for Compassion, and in the last year, to new friendships across the world. Learning about compassion and seeking to integrate it into how I care for myself, relate to family, friends, colleagues, and other loved ones has been a lifetime's journey and challenge. Whether striving to practice empathy and compassion in those basic relationships or through my work, becoming a compassionate presence has been and continues to be an evolving process. First introduced to the Charter for Compassion over 10 years ago by a PhD student at the University of Edinburgh when I worked as a chaplain there, I soon signed the Charter. In the years that followed, what I did was encourage others and participate in all the compassion initiatives I could at the university and in Scotland. That led to fuller participation in a UK-wide network of people associated with the Charter and actively striving to support compassionate communities where they lived. Then, in the autumn of 2019, I embarked on Compassionate Integrity Training, or CIT, a collaboration between Life University and the Charter. Later in this webinar, and also from Suzanne, from whom you'll hear after I'm finished, you will hear from Michael Carlin, who's a co-creator of CIT, when you reach Atlanta, Georgia. You'll possibly hear from other key CIT trainers in different parts of the world who will share even more important information about this program. Through that 10-week training with people from across the globe, I met Suzanne, who along with other new friend Renee from Utah, took a leadership role in helping some of us from the autumn CIT course stay in touch with each other. Those connections led several of us to take and complete the CIT facilitator training, where we met even more new friends and colleagues from across the world committed to compassion. Now, another new CIT friend, Cricket from Dallas, has taken the lead to help our new CIT facilitator cohort stay connected, support each other, and possibly collaborate in new ways. I'm now delighted to introduce Suzanne, who will tell you a bit more about herself, her commitment to compassion, and her creative vision for a compassion revolution. Suzanne.
Thank you, MaryCatherine. Often in life, I find that I don't realize how meant to be something is until I look back on it. MaryCatherine, who you just heard from, often tells me about the Navajo and how they believe in threads that join everything together. It is only now, in hindsight, that I can see so clearly those threads, and they are all woven from compassion. I'm Suzanne, and I'm in Sydney, Australia. Growing up, I was fortunate enough to live in the Philippines, Hong Kong, and the US with my family. Traveling made the world seem smaller to me. I found that I saw the amazing beauty in people all around the world. But I also noticed the extreme differences and difficulties, the challenges that we all face in different ways each day. For me, the world became one big family. Now, living back in Australia with my own family, I'm driven to spread the message of common humanity to my children and far and wide. Many years ago, I was led to the Charter for Compassion. More recently, I realized I was becoming restless and felt an incredible pull towards learning more and feeling that spark of transformation starting to burn within me. The very next day, after voicing this to myself, the Charter answered with an invitation to Compassionate Integrity Training. I took this as a sign, And this started my journey with Life University. It wasn't long before I realized just how much compassion and connection are so tightly linked. The course reminded me that compassion starts from within. It is a process, and we're not always perfect at it. CIT explained that we all have the same fundamental values at heart, and that there are traps that we can all get sucked into, even without realizing it, when it comes to relationships and working together. In CIT, I also made new international friends. An amazing connection was formed with individuals who are on the same compassionate path, all of us hoping to bring change to the world and ourselves to help us all flourish. As MaryCatherine mentioned, we couldn't let this group disperse. A few months after finishing our course, we put out a call to get back together and practice our learnings in casual fortnightly meetings. We bring our different points of view and life experiences and mold this with our knowledge to create more compassionate answers. We have become a beautiful group of compassionate thinkers. Many of us decided that we needed to help pass on the gift of CIT and have become facilitators of the course. As well as CIT, along the way in life, I've realized that personally, I perform best when I figure out a way to challenge myself. These past few years, I've formed the Challenge Girl. On a small local scale, I challenge myself and others in the areas of mental, physical, and nutritional health to take that next step in finding their true self or keeping on track. I found that the power of connection, again, is incredible for motivation and support. As children, parents, leaders, educators, healthcare workers, you name it, we all lose track sometimes and need to challenge ourselves with some support to find our way. This brings me to now. Our blanket is still being woven. Many threads are still being spun. I am so inspired by the Charter and by these inspirational weavers that I have met along the way and now call my dear friends. Our hope is to help weave more of the world into our compassion circle by starting a revolution of compassion. I hope to show that everyone can help make a difference. In joining together, we can make even more. Everyone has the ability for self-compassion, and every act of compassion can multiply. You can find out more about CIT at compassionateintegrity.org, or find a local facilitator or join an online group. The following is a short video of how we are hoping to start gathering support. No matter which channel you discover compassion through, it is the time to experience the force of a compassion revolution. Hi, I'm Suzanne and I'm the Challenge Girl. No matter where you are in life, we are all a work in progress. The ability to stay calm and composed in stressful situations, or become more understanding, caring, and paying attention to the bigger picture in situations. These are all skills that can be cultivated and sharpened. And believe it or not, they all come back to compassion. young or old, alone or swamped by a family, we are all going through so much at the moment. Coronavirus, Black Lives Matter, dealing with isolation, loss of lives, loss of jobs, loss of identity, trying to figure out how to explain it all to our kids and how to lead through it. Or even just stop it from driving each other crazy. Let's join together and work towards handling it better. Let's work towards helping each other flourish. I'm partnering up with some amazing facilitators from around the world to provide you with an incredible course that is from Life University. Check out the details at thechallengegirl.com and find out more about our upcoming classes. Now, the numbers are limited, but I hope to see you there. I'm challenging you to make a difference for the better in your life and in life in general. See you then.